Hey, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Just My Opinion. Guys, this is going to be my spoiler review for Venom, The Last Dance. Like I said, this is going to be full spoilers. So if you have not seen the film and you do not want to be spoiled, I strongly suggest you turn away right now. But if you're loving all the energy, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Your boy would really appreciate it. I did do an out of theater reaction right when I got out the movie theater with Chris with 3C Films. Cool guy. If you want to go check that out, please do. Link is in the description. I also have a full non-spoilery review. If you don't want to be spoiled, but you want my non-spoilery take of the film, you can go ahead and check that out there. And also check out the latest episode of Super Duper that I did with Lamont, with Get a Life Games and One Tay Big Dog. We talked about Aaron Pierre as Green Lantern John Stewart, Denzel Washington possibly being in Doctor Strange 3 as Dormammu, Blade being canceled or postponed, updates on Spider-Man 4, Spider-Man and Venom, and there's some other topics as well, like everybody complaining about Crypto the dog and James Gunn's new Superman. So if you're into all that right there, go ahead and check that out. Link is in the description. But let's go ahead and get into the spoilers. Now, one of the biggest sins of this film to me is the runtime was only at 1 hour and 49 minutes, but that was still too long because of where they ended up spending most of the time in the movie with certain characters. One of them being Miss Chow. Okay, she was in the first two films. I enjoyed her appearance in the first film, and that's the one that I do like the most out of this trilogy. But man, there was absolutely no point for her to be in this film. And during this scene, they are in Las Vegas, let alone there's no point for Tom Hardy, Eddie Brock's character Venom, to go to Las Vegas in the first place. I just don't understand the mission. But when he does get there, he runs into Miss Chow, and they have some dancing numbers, some dancing scene that serves absolutely no purpose. Now, another part of this film that makes it bad is you don't ever get to see Venom that much in his full suit. Majority of the time, you get either shots like this where the symbiote is kind of hanging around Venom or Eddie on the outside, or he's talking to him in his head. So you don't get to see much of Venom, but during this dance scene right here with Miss Chow, we get the full Venom suit, and they are dancing. If you want to see Venom in this full suit, I mean, I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy this scene if you like Miss Chow and you want to see them dance together. That was a dream, you know, that you've had. Like, oh my gosh, before the Venom trilogy is over, I hope to see them dance. You're going to get them right here. What doesn't make sense is earlier on in this film, there was a MacGuffin that was introduced by the name of the Codex. And we're going to talk about the details of that in just a second. But somebody is after the Codex, and the Codex is inside of Venom, is inside of Eddie Brock. The only way, and the Codex basically is it has a tracking device in it, so to speak. And the only way whoever is looking for it can find it, can track it, is if Venom is in his full suit. So, and the thing about it, it would be different if Eddie Brock, Venom character, did not know that, was not aware. He knew to where I was like, okay, I need to make sure that I do not go into full suit Venom mode unless it's absolutely necessary. Because if I do, this powerful alien that can kick my ass is going to come find me and kill me or do whatever. So unless it's absolutely necessary, I don't need to go into the full Venom suit. Not only does he decide to go into the full Venom suit, he's doing it just because he wants to have a dance number with Mrs. Chow. So the one scene in the entire movie, or one of the scenes in the entire movie, that shows Venom in his full suit is not because he's fighting and trying to defend himself. It's just because so he can dance with Miss Chow. I just think that's ridiculous, wasted screen time. I'm sitting there like, what the hell is going on? Can we get to the good stuff? Same thing with this family right here. Eddie Brock, Venom's character, runs into this weird family in Arizona, I believe, where Area 51 is. And they're just the friendliest family in the world, just picking up strangers, hitchhikers, like, hey, you want to come with us and invade our lives? We don't know, you can kill us, but hey, you want to come party with us? And it would just be different if they ran into him at the gas station, the corner store, helped them change a tire, whatever. But no, they spend so much time with this family as well, multiple times. I mean, they actually are riding in a van for 5 or 10 minutes singing a song. And it's just like, what is the point of this? What is the point? Can we please get to some of the good stuff? I mean, y'all could have easily shaved 20 minutes off this movie. It could have flown through, had a nice, perfect through line. And then not only that, towards the end, they're like involved in the action. And it's like, guys, this is Area 51 we're talking about. Whether that is, based in truth or fiction, the lore of Area 51 is that the security is tight from head up to down, all over the place, inside and out. But they're just able to sneak in easily without any detection with a hole in the gate. They're able to infiltrate Area 51 quite a bit, climb up on towers, camp out. They barbecuing and stuff, shooting fireworks, exaggerating a little bit on the fireworks. But I'm just like, man, some Area 51 this is. Not only that is, even if Area 51 did not contain aliens, I'm pretty sure it's some top secret stuff that they just don't want getting out to the general public. In this film, they have all sorts of aliens. Like, they got like 6, 7, 8 different symbiotes, all different colors. But this family is just able to sneak in all willy-nilly and camp out. I was annoyed by this. They spend too much time on this family. That was ridiculous. Now, let's actually get to the base where all of these characters are at right now. Now, I actually did like Chiwetel Ejiofor. His character was pretty cool. Now, Miss Juno Temple in the middle, I don't have anything against her, but her character did stink. But let alone, they got all of this advanced technology down here, all this weaponry, everything, aliens all over the place. There is no mention at all, or maybe I missed it, and I could have missed it. And now that I'm thinking out loud, I'm talking out loud, I think I did miss it. But I at least just wish they would have went in a little bit deeper on how they were able to set up this base, capture all these aliens in the first place. How long have they been on Earth? How long have they been studying them? What have they found out? I mean, we're like right smack dab in the middle, and it seems like they're fusing human beings with symbiotic creatures to, for health reasons or, longevity. Now, initially, I was like, now, this is just breaking all types of moral code right here in ethics. But at the same time, everybody's situation is different. I'm at a certain age right now. Who know what? Okay, let me back up. What I was going to say is, who would sign up for this? Who would want to merge themselves with some type of alien symbiote just to save their life? And then I thought about it, and I was like, well, there may be a lot of people out there in the world that may do that if they have a family, and it's either you die and your family suffers, or we can mix you with an alien. You can live a little bit longer, a lot longer, and still provide. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know, but so I'm not mad at the film for that. I just wish that they could have dove a little deeper into this with all of his makeup and designs and like what the reason was and how, but they didn't. And then the dialogue between these two, these are experts. They have been working together for a number of years, so they know all the ins and outs, but they're having this super exposition dialogue dump of, yes, we're working on the mission here so we can pay for this and study this research and the contracts. It's like these two people would not be having this conversation, If they wanted to have this conversation, it should have been with a character that was being introduced to this base, that they don't know anything about it. So as they're soaking in and learning the information, we, the audience, is too, a simultaneous exchange. But actually, let me put her back up, Miss Juno Temple right here. Her name is Dr. Payne. She had another subplot in this film. There were a number of flashbacks to her character, and she was a little girl on a beach. There was a lightning storm. She was holding her younger brother's hand. She got struck by lightning, and the lightning passed through her and killed her brother. So that's been like haunting her whole life. That never comes back around full circle. At the end of this film, which was a bit entertaining with the giant action scene that still was all over the place, at one point in time, she just gains powers. I guess she manifested them from her accident when her brother died, and she's like super fast. I don't even know what character she was supposed to be, if any at all. So, I mean, I don't know any speedsters that are in the comic books of Spider-Man, Venom, or whatever the hell. And so it's just, we had that flashback of her supposedly getting powers. They wake up 10, 15, 20 years later, and then that's it. I don't know, man. I don't know. You guys can tell me. Now, let's also talk about Noel. My goodness gracious, no. They introduced him at the very beginning of the film. He's monologuing, supposedly just super duper powerful. I mean, I don't know nothing about Noah, but I've heard, all of my homies, all of my colleagues talk about just how badass he is. And so we're going to see. My friends were just saying they shouldn't even show him in this film or have Spider-Man, Venom, even if they teamed up times 10, they wouldn't be able to beat him. Apparently Noah has been there since the beginning of the universe. So he was saying things of that, like, I was ruling the before the universe started, and then there was light, and it messed up my world. Like, so the universe was created, and light was created from the universe, which put a dampen on his darkness. And so all of the symbiotes that he was under control, or at his rule, turned on him and banished him. Now, I don't know how he was banished in the first place, and just because it was light and no more dark, they got pissed at him. Okay. Well, if he was banished, why is he still so powerful and able to teleport here, there, and everywhere? And if he's able to teleport here and everywhere, or have other types of symbiotic creatures that could teleport here, there, and everywhere, why can't he do that? And then the symbionts are the ones that banned him, but then he has another group that was on Earth chasing Eddie Brock that are loyal to him as well. So what kind of creatures are those? None of this is explained. I mean, he is sending these monsters throughout the multiverse. I mean, to do that, you're pretty powerful, but you banished in this, what? And then what doesn't make even more sense is he said that the symbiotes are the one that banned him, or that banished him away. But at the very end of the movie, it's 6 symbiotes, or 6 at least, that are fighting the monster that he sent down. And the monster that he sent down is kicking all the symbiotes' ass. So if his one monster, which I'm sure he has more than one, can whoop up on 6 or 7 symbiotic creatures plus the military special forces, why can't his creatures just whoop the symbiote's ass that banished him in the first place and free him? Let alone, I don't know why he's not free in the first place. Like, this shit don't make no sense at all. I'm getting more confused right now. And then you have this MacGuffin that I talked about earlier called a Codex. Where did the Codex come from? Who created the Codex? Why is the Codex so powerful? Why does Venom or Eddie Brock have to be dead for the Codex to be alive? Why is Eddie Brock, out of everybody, the one that possesses the Codex in the first place? Like, what makes Eddie Venom so special? Like, the Codex just pops up and is inside of Eddie? Why? What is the reason? This is not explained. And let alone this movie is just not funny. I mean, if you just like the silly group buddy adventure of Eddie and Brock, it's supposed to be, we are Venom. They're like, we are Venom, we are Venom. It's like, you're ruining your superhero moments. Now, in Marvel Studios, Marvel proper, they're guilty of doing that too sometimes. But at least the rest of the movie is good and makes sense. This does not. So Juno Temple's Dr. Payne character don't make sense. Noah don't make sense. Waste of screen time with Mrs. Chow and this family, but the ending was entertaining because there was just so much action. Like this woman right here, let me find a picture to the right, that with the she's mixed black and something, gorgeous women. She just all of a sudden just wants to power up at the end, like, hey, let me just put on the symbiote suit and fight. You know what I'm saying? She bout it or whatever. Okay, that's cool and all, but damn, you don't want to think this through. She just like, put me in, coach. Symbiote. I'm like damn, like, well, I was gonna say, are you not worried about how it's gonna affect you on your body? But what am I talking about? She is a scientist. She has been studying this for how long, so she probably already knows that. But still, it was an interesting pill for me to swallow, you know what I'm saying? But guys, I did not like this movie. I mean, I liked Chiwetel Ejiofor. I liked his team that he commanded. And it was a fun movie, but it just didn't make no logical sense. It just didn't. And so that's unfortunate. I just wanted to jump on here real quick, guys, and give you my spoiler review. We're going to see, now this movie is better than Morbius right here. And it is also better than Madam Web, but I don't have any more pictures. But Yeah, guys, what do y'all think about this, man? Let me know in the comment section. You can spoil away. It is all good over here in the neighborhood because this is a spoiler-filled review. But support the channel by checking out the Out of Theater reaction, also my non-spoiler review, and also check out Super Duper. We have fun with that, and we're going to see how Craven turns out as well. So, guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery. That's just my opinion. Peace out, and I'll see you next time.